what you talking about. There's no something else with that. That's what she said. She said, say less. Say less. 'Cause you already got me, baby. Say less. Say less. Talking's only slowing us down. Say less.
I'm a gentleman, baby, and a dog with a bite. I just wanna nibble on your night. I'm so sentimental when I step in the middle. When I do a little dance till it turns daylight. So jump, in a moment.
On the shores of Lake Erie here in the city of rock and roll. Our coverage of the NFL brings us to Huntington Bank Field. Time for teams to start making moves towards the postseason. Here we go. It's week 11. Here's a return from the 7. Now bottling up as he gets the return to the 30. So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10. They begin the drive with Chubb. A lot of grass ahead. And he breaks into enemy territory before being stopped on a huge gain.
Anytime you go over half the field in one play, totally changes the complexion of the drive. They're now set up beautifully in enemy territory to end the series with some type of points.
Wow, wide open here, complete. Touchdown, Cleveland! Well, Brock, they could prove me wrong, but I don't think touchdowns are going to come that easily the rest of this game. But starting out, we all welcome the quick score.
Yeah, not a lot of energy exerted, right? Not a lot of their cards shown just yet. They only got a couple plays into their strategy, and they found pay dirt. A lot of mystery still to come with what they're going to do schematically. A lot of answers have to be found defensively.
And the kickoff is into and then out of the end zone. Touchback. This drive starting from the 30. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Trying to throw here out of the gun. Has him on the quick hitter. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And he breaks even, but that's it. Brought down at that line of scrimmage. Tackle there from Dalvin Tomlinson. Call it no gain on that run, and they face 2nd and 10.
Where one defender failed, well, his buddy was there to swarm to the ball and make that play just as it gets to the line of scrimmage.
Running back sent in motion. 2nd and 10 now. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And that pushes him back. 3rd down coming up. Out of the gun, he'll look to throw. And he's in trouble and gets brought down again. And consecutive sacks have them staring at a tough 4th down. The Ravens getting ready for the punt. And this will put an end to the drive after it's stalled out. He was only needed twice in last week's win, and he gets this one away. Fair catch the signal, and he brings it in at the 23. So no return on that punt. And the Browns will go on offense. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Now for the first time, it's a give to the rookie from Ohio State. It is charged towards the line. That's right around 3 yards.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
2nd down now, 7 to go. From the 27. Throw reeled in by Njoku. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And this is a nice gain that stopped at the 47. Just a little short, but still a 9-yard pickup. That's going to bring up 2nd and 1.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that 1st down marker.
And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
I'm sure Coach play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
New set of downs for him from the 46. On 1st down, they'll run. What a hit! He gets flattened to the ground. No progress on 1st down, and that'll bring up 2nd and 10.
You know, Kate, over the years, I've heard running backs say there's just times you got to run in the darkness. And when linebackers fill that hole like that right in the middle of the field, he ran right into the darkness and the pain of that linebacker.
To throw, Milton. Completed to his running back. And he goes out a little short of the 40.
That's a defense's goal, right, Kate? Just get us to 3rd down so we can have a chance to get off the field. And that was a good adjustment on that stop in particular, when the back ended up being the target, and they were able to keep him short of the sticks.
Shotgun now on 3rd down. Complete beyond the marker. And he stopped cold at the spot. Ooh, he paid for that one, but hey, still enough for that 1st down. Throwing now, Milton. And he breaks up that throw. For the moment, a good defensive play as we hear what this flag's about. So march it forward after they accept the penalty. They'll have a new set of downs following that defensive penalty. Running it after the penalty. It looks like we can call it about 4 yards in the end. Tackled on that play by Isaiah Simmons.
You know, Kate, these are some of the little hidden plays in a game, right? Doesn't look like a whole lot on the stat sheet, but A, it gets you good yardage, B, it sets up your play action, and C, most importantly, keeps that defense guessing.
And they get this down to the 12-yard line before being stopped. Still on the move, coming to the line for 1st and 10. Working inside the red zone. This throw is caught. They drop him with a big hit. At least he's able to hold on for the gain, but boy, Brock, what a shot.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on 1st down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for 2nd down. And 3rd and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
Here's Milton. And he will score. It's a Cleveland touchdown. The Browns get another 6 to make this a 13-0 game. Romo's point after is good. And the Browns drive out to an early 14-0 lead. The Browns have it on the team, and they will kick it away here. And that one bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Running it now out of the gun. And they're able to grind him to a halt after a pickup of 4.
He'll expect more from himself on those type of plays, but there is nobody that's going to complain about that one. If you can do math, 4 plus 4 plus 4 equals a first down.
Back in beginning the second quarter, Ravens in possession. They'll have 2nd and 7 to deal with. From the 34. Ooh, would have been a big gainer if they connected, but they could not. Instead, 3rd down coming up.
That's a throw that's got to go somewhere else. Double coverage waiting for it. They were thinking interception for a second. And incompletion is still pretty good, too.
To the air, 3rd and long. And it's incomplete, and that's going to bring up 4th down.
So often, so many of these games in the NFL, where they come down to a play or 2 and 3rd downs critical. Whether it's in a close game or already out of hand, their coach wants to see them convert those.
And he's brought down before the return gets far. It's a 54-yard punt that time. And they'll get ready to go on offense. It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. They send a receiver in motion right. Blown back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. And he has enough room to gain about 4.
Well, I'll steal a line from one of my buddies, but I'm going to quote him. Mark Schlereth, 2-time Super Bowl winner, says if you want to run the ball, you got to keep running the ball. And that's a perfect example of it. Don't get tired. Don't get mad at gaining 4 yards. It's a run that can set up even more in the run game.
And he gets leveled just before he reaches the marker, and that hit prevents a first down. 3rd down, 1 yard to go. Milton back to throw. Got a man, it's Njoku. And he pushes this down to the 42 before going down. It's a gain of 17 on that one. And that's good for a Cleveland first down. They give inside to Chung. And he drives into a pile of defenders and is stopped right at the line. No gain there that time, and it's 2nd and 10.
Stopped right at the line, but might as well have been a loss of yards as far as the offense is concerned. It's always humbling when you try force versus force, and the defense wins out.
And there's a man there. It's intercepted. And the Ravens take possession as he makes his 4th interception of our season.
They'll take over 1st and 10 at their own 39-yard line.
The Ravens in a very good field position as they come up 1st and 10. Blown back, gets the handoff. And he's stopped. Now we'll wait to hear what this flag is all about. Well, partner, they say there's holding on every play. You just got to look for it, right? That time, though, we did not have to look too hard. Double the distance to go after that holding call. It's now 1st and 20. Setting up a throw. Completed over the middle. Gets it ahead, has about 5 yards. Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah there to bring him down.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, you just find a way to get him the ball.
And they'll bottle this up after a 4-yard gain. Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah there to bring him down. It's about a 4-yard pickup, and they'll still be playing the sticks. 3rd and 11 coming up. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the defense comes through. That's going to back them up and bring up 4th down. Baltimore lined up in punt formation. And he's certainly been staying busy. Once again, he's out to punt and sends this flying. And that fair catch corralled just beyond the 25-yard line. We don't get a return out of that punt. And it's going to be their football coming up. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Interception last drive doesn't deter them. They're going right back to the air. Toward the sideline, and he's got it. Touchdown, Cleveland! The Browns take a 20-zip lead. David Njoku, the touchdown. Romo adds the point after. And the Browns stretch their lead to 21. The Browns have it on the tee, and they will kick it away here. And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Malone back in the backfield, and they give it to him. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
Kate, don't think for a second this is time you step off the gas. You can feel this defense right there on their heels. And now's the best chance to go push the envelope and get aggressive.
Play action on 1st down. Stays in the pocket. And this throw's knocked away, incomplete. Well, no look on his first look of the game. And it's going to be 2nd down. Now they'll throw out of the gun. Forces that one, and it's intercepted. Jordan Hicks takes it away. And the Browns take over on his 5th interception of the season.
I've not yet in my lifetime come across a defender who hasn't told me how great an offensive player they were back in the day. Oh, you should have seen me as a running back or wide receiver. Well, right there, that defender showed some of that background. A brilliant job of getting into the open field and setting his offense up for success.
And he's able to drive this to the 29 before the stop. He finds him 16 yards and a new set of downs. They'll come up 1st and 10. Another carry for him. And he gets this forward to the 19. So it's the 2-minute warning here from Cleveland. The Browns driving ahead. From the 19. Pass it down close. And they're going to get this down to the 4 before being stopped. That one goes for 15, and now they're going to have 1st and goal. Now Milton to throw. intercepted in the end zone.
Well, that's it right there. That's the resilience and the mental toughness that every coach wants to see from his defense. Not a great spot for him. Backed up close enough that they're going to get shots taken in the end zone. But instead of collapsing under pressure, they rose up and they created the takeaway.
He can run it. Juke the defender. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs.
Man, I don't ever want to be a defensive coordinator. They do so many things right to take away the pass, and then what happens? Well, you get a quarterback that lowers his head, gashes the defense with one of the biggest runs of the game. You take away the pass.
Oh, this is getting ugly early. Intercepted again. Picked off by Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah. Well, no doubt there was some doom and gloom on the sideline following their interception, right? But a little bit of new life now as their defense picks them up, gets it right back for them.
Hey, I am all for a nice little game of one-upmanship between these two defenses. You picked our guy off, fine. We'll answer right away. See how you follow that up.
They'll run here on first down. Oh, baby, he gets rocked and the ball is out. And this is picked up by the Ravens. Well, that didn't take long, Brock. One play, and they're back out there.
Well, that's how a defense can make you awfully happy as an offensive player, especially when you screw it up and you fumble. The defense picks up that offense and puts them right back on the field.
Short pass brought in. And this is pushed ahead for a gain of 5. From the secondary, Grant Delpit on the tackle. From the 43. Bails out of the pocket quick. Connects on the crosser. And a huge run comes to an end as he heads out of bounds. Wow. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with 1st and goal.
One thing we don't have in football is we don't have that radar gun. But if we did, Kate, this is the kind of throw. When you throw it that deep outside the numbers, that requires a serious fastball, serious arm strength, and he just showed it off.
And he's brought down after a tremendous effort just to get a couple of yards. They're 3 yards closer to the end zone. Here comes 2nd and goal.
Okay, all right. There's a little progress on 1st and goal. You keep it safe, you push a little closer, and now you're set up for what you want to do on 2nd down.
The nose of the football inside the 1. Here's 2nd and goal. He gets another shot here. And the defense gets there to force a small loss. Now a timeout taken by the offense, and we're going to see if they try for 2 plays here or just try the field goal right now. So now, here's 3rd and goal. Third time's the charm. He gets it again. And he's brought down for a loss. So we finished 2 quarters. A couple more to come after this short break. More of the NFL on EA Sports after this. Well, that first half, certainly an interesting one. Kate Scott, Brock Eward with you as we get back and see what the second half has in store for us. The Browns have it on the tee, and they will kick it away here. And we'll have to wait at least a few moments longer for an exciting start to this second half. We've got a touchback. 1st and 10 now from the 30. Here's the lone back on the handoff. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Pickup of 8 on the run, and that sets up 2nd and 2.
Well, that doesn't net a 1st down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
They'll motion Brown right. They give it to him again. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
Kate, it's amazing how fast these guys are on the field and how fast your fortunes can turn. Second and short run, you're feeling good about yourself. But with a negative play, well, now comes a critical third down.
That's complete. Here's Brown. And the tackle's made just beyond midfield at the 48. That play good for 17 and a first down.
You want to become a quarterback's best friend? Do that. Turn a short little gain, a short little pass into some yards after catch, and that quarterback will find you again.
First and 10, ball set up at the 48. Now he'll throw off the play fake. Caught by the tight end, running that corner. And he'll go down shy of the end zone. They mark him at the 4. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets him up with first and goal.
Just excellent effort on that catch. And a lightning quick transition from bringing that football in to getting vertical. He was not content for a second to end that play where he caught it. Any catch he makes, his intent is to put some serious yards on top of it.
Only one on the carry, so that's going to bring up second and goal from the 3. Here's a throw. And they will take this into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. The Ravens cut into the lead coming out of halftime. Patterson tacks on the extra point. And the Ravens get it back to a 14-point game. The Ravens kicking team is ready, and they're going to send this one away. This one's fielded at the 4-yard line. He stopped on the return at the 27. They'll get this drive started. First and 10. They're going play action. That's to his back, Nick Chubb. And he'll get it out to the 34 before he's tracked down.
When there's heat, that blitz coming off the snap, that QB's eyes, you could see it right away. He got to his check down in a hurry. But, Kate, here's the key. Quarterback and running back have to be on the same page. The two were right there, and it netted some positive yards.
He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. It arrived as the ball did to break things up. And that leaves him with third and short. Milton now. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of fourth down. The Browns are lining up to punt. And he wasn't needed at all in the first half, partner. This is going to be his first punt. And this one's going to approach the 10, but looks like it's down right at the 13-yard line. They're out and set, first and 10. Give now to the running back. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. Great start to the drive. They're up in the neighborhood of midfield after just one play. Throwing from the gun here. And the man is there to knock that away.
Any DB prefers a highlight reel interception to just forcing an incomplete pass. But as soon as he realized a pick wasn't possible on the play, he gets his hands on it and made sure it wasn't completed.
And he got it real close, but stopped just about a yard or so shy of that first down.
I'm not kidding you, Kate. A run of that length at the NFL level, honestly, is the equivalent of a run of 15-plus at the high school level. It's hard in the run game to make yards, and they just got a very successful one.
And he could not get there. They stop him right at the line. No gain on the run, so now they face 4th down.
Big man up front said, not in my house. Let me tell you, Kate, once you're in the grasp of one of those big old fellas on the D-line, you're done. They would say it on the East Coast like this, it's over. Over.
Less than a yard needed here on 4th. He's keeping it, he's going for it. And his short gain gets them a new set of downs.
This game of today, Kate, in so many ways is so different than the game I played. That's a call that I can close my eyes and still remember. All you do as a QB is just look. It just takes a look. But the big guys up front saying, give me a push, and I'll do the rest.
They go play action on 1st. The Browns close in and take him down. And they'll try to build on that big stop.
Hey, you'll often hear me talk about setting an edge. Well, think of it this way as well, especially with a bootleg. You want to be like the jaws of a defense. You want to just keep him inside. Get those jaws a-closing, and there's no escape valve for the QB then.
And that plunge is going to garner a couple of yards. Hauled to the ground by Jordan Hicks. Only 2 yards on the play, and it brings up 3rd and 8.
They got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
Here he is on 3rd and long. Has him on the quick hitter. And he gets leveled just before he reaches the marker, and that hit prevents a first down.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, when you can make a play in the open field, keep it short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
Touchdown right at the line, so no gain on the play.
I think we are so preconditioned when a QB sneak is called, we think it's going to be a first. Well, I think they expected him to get it too, but now they got to adjust in a hurry and get their defense out there to make a stand of their own.
Ball at the 33 for first down. Milton. Completed to his running back. And they're going to bring him down just on the other side of midfield. First and 10 from a yard shy of midfield. Here's a give up the middle. And he won't get anything there. Several defenders nearby to hold him up. Call it no gain on that run, and they face second and 10.
So close to a big loss of yards for those guys up front. 1 second sooner, they got a tackle behind the line, but a stop to celebrate nonetheless.
Second and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. Back to throw, here's Milton. He intercepts it, that is exactly what they needed. And the Ravens have some new life in the fourth.
This is a time that the communication upstairs from the booth, Kate, down to the field, it starts to get just a little bit hot. These eyes in the sky, they've got to help this quarterback try to see the field, because right now, with the third interception, man, he is killing his team.
Finds a man right side. And they'll have it across midfield as he runs out. They managed 22 on the rip and a first down. One play in, and this drive is already into enemy territory. First and 10, looking to throw. Oh, no, they get him yet again. That is Marcus Jones. And the Browns take over on his 5th interception of the season. Well, Brock, if you like defense, you are loving what you're seeing right now. Consecutive drives that have ended in interceptions. It's become a real defensive battle.
Well, let's see here, Kate. We got one, we got two. Do I hear a third interception in a row? I'll tell you this right now. These defenders, they are squashing that thought. The defenders are offensive guys with bad hands because they're making it happen, taking the ball away.
Rolling left, buying some time. Play didn't break how they wanted it, and he throws this away.
Look at the coverage on that play, Kate. I love that. That is textbook defense right there. When the quarterback escapes the pocket, man, you got to find somebody. You got to go get sticky on your offensive guy. It's exactly what the secondary did, and it forces the throwaway. You know, in the NFL, offensive-minded teams will call it a perfect Friday. They don't want the ball to hit the ground once, and especially on these short to intermediate throws, you got to count on those being efficient and effective.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have third down here. To throw, Milton. He's going to try to drop it in deep right. He's got it deep downfield. That's a Cleveland touchdown. I love plays like this, Brock. Sometimes you just got to ask your dude, show me what you got, man. Show off those wheels, and he did just that.
Yeah, beauty in simplicity, right?
Yep.
Now, when you run that fly route, you got to win right from the jump. And you got to protect yourself from the sideline, too. Don't get pushed to the boundary. Give your quarterback room to throw it up. You can find pay dirt.
The Browns have it on the tee, and they will kick it away here. And it bounces out of the end zone, so they'll set up shop at the 30. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He's looking to throw. Finds him on the crossing route. And he's going to get this up to the 45 before he's brought down. Moving quickly, trying to get set again. They'll throw on 1st. Caught, nice gain left side. And they will take this into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. The Ravens get it back to within 2 possessions. It's a Marquise Brown touchdown. Patterson able to connect on the point after. And the Ravens drop the lead back to 13. The Ravens kicking team is ready, and they're going to send this one away. Returning it from the 4. This return makes it up to the 25. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Shotgun snap, they're going to throw. Hits him on the in route. And he's downed after getting this up to the 41. That's 16 on the pickup. And that gives the Browns a 1st. They run it from the gun with Chubb. And he gets absolutely popped to end that one. No progress on 1st down, and that'll bring up 2nd and 10. Here's Milton. He's on the move. Trying to get away from the pressure, but he can't, and they drop him. And that pushes him back. 3rd down coming up.
When nothing opens up, that becomes a pretty clear throwaway spot. I mean, that is textbook throwaway spot right there, Kate. Get outside the box, chuck it into the 3rd row, and avoid exactly what happened right there. Because now 3rd down is so much harder.
On the move, headed right. He's taking a shot down the sideline. He's got it inside the 25. And he flips the being taken down.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
Chubb running out of the gun. Big gap up the middle. And he has it all the way down to the 8. That one goes for 15, and now they're going to have first and goal.
First and goal at the 8-yard line.
Here's Chubb. And he's going to get taken down near the goal line. It's a gain down to the 1. Call it a 70-yard pickup, and they're just a yard away now on second and goal.
Hey, I get it on first and goal, right? A lot of teams like to be conservative and limit risk. Even if a run is stopped short, you still got 2, sometimes 3 downs to play with.
And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
Well, they were hoping to get outside and meet those guys at the second level. Well, someone from the second level came to beat him on his turf. And that meeting didn't go so well.
So that brings us to the 2-minute warning in Cleveland. Browns nearing their 6th win this season. They've held them out twice. Here we go, third and goal. Throwing now, Milton. Has it down close. And he's brought down real close to that goal line at the 1.
Those kind of completions are so frustrating, Kate. It's like a putt. You got it on line, you feel good about it's going in the hole, but you never want to leave it short.
The kick by Wright is good. And that'll give him a 16-point advantage.
That kick, well, it throws a roadblock up on some of the remaining avenues to get back in this game and really leaves only 1 remaining. It's going to take 2 touchdowns if they want a shot at it. And we know those odds, they're getting pretty long.
And the kickoff is into and then out of the end zone. Touchback. This drive starting from the 30. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Come out throwing. Short pass brought in. And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line. Clock's still running as the Ravens try hurrying everyone up. Flushed out of the pocket. And that one is picked off. But wait a second. Oh, he came down out of bounds, so that's just going to be incomplete. No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. Looking to throw it. Escapes the pocket. And he's going to get stopped right around the 45-yard line. Clock's still running as the Ravens try hurrying everyone up. Some early movement on the left side there, but was he the first to go, or was he provoked? They're set back 5 by that false start. Now 15 yards to the marker. Back now, pressure on its way. Chased out to his right. He calls his own number again. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs.
As long as these are the results he's getting, they're going to be just fine with him calling his own number. He does such a good job of seeing the field and knowing when it's his time to take it himself.
They'll empty the backfield and motion him out. Catch is made in close. And he is in for the touchdown. Still unlikely, Brock, but it's not entirely over just yet with this score. So here's a big play from the Ravens as they line up for 2. He's throwing for it. And he Gets into the end zone. That is exactly why they went for two right there, Brock. It's back down to a one-possession game. 15 seconds left. Their only option is to get this kick back. And the Browns are on that one. So that should just about do it here. What a hit. He gets flattened to the ground. Into the victory formation they go, Brock, here on first down. Timeout taken by the Ravens. That is their final one. Victory formation here. Looks like they're going to take a knee on first down. Browns just kneeling out the clock in this victory now.
Nothing left to do now, Kate, but celebrate on one side and watch on hopelessly from the other. What a hard-fought effort to get to this spot, and now you can enjoy the victory.
So the Browns come away with the win. And they're able to run this winning streak to 3 as they have really caught fire recently.
You talking about? Let's do something else with that. That's what she said. She said, say less. Say less. 'Cause you already got me, baby. Say less. Say less. Talking's only slowing us down. Say less.
I'm a gentleman, baby, and a dog with a bite. I just wanna nibble on your night. I'm so sentimental when I step in the middle. When I do a little dance to the turns daylight. So jump, in a moment. Margella got me feeling iconic. And if you can't groove, she don't want it. Great sex, say less.
Baby, what you talking about? Let's do something else with that. That's what she said. She said, say less. Say less. 'Cause you already got me, baby. Say less. Say less. Talking's only slowing us down. Say less. Say less.
Stop the room when you walking. You left your hips to the talking. You leaving me no options. Say less, say less. Stop the room when you walking. You left your hips to the talking. You leaving me with no options. Say less, say less, say less.
Say less.